All right, guys, we should be live, and I hope everyone is having an absolutely amazing Wednesday. I am so far. As you guys can see in the title, today we are talking about 7 ways to get rid of mom guilt. It is so, just being a mom and working from home. I don't care. Like it's something that a lot of times you have mom guilt that we have to go through, and so I just wanted to share with you guys tips on what has helped me from real life experience. I feel like, I've already kind of gone through the pain of how to deal with working from home with my child. My son is currently 2, still at home, not in daycare or anything like that. And then we have a baby girl on the way, which we're super excited about. But with that, I still have this thing we call mommy guilt, and I'm hoping that we're not having any issues because on my side it does look like it's frozen, but I'm going to just go ahead and keep talking, and hopefully I'm not talking to myself, guys. But if you're currently live, please let me know. Or if you're watching the replay, please let me know. I would like to say hello, either or. So just let me know you're on. And also, guys, I just wanted to talk about this topic because I think as a mom and as a businesswoman, or if you're working from home, possibly from your job, I think, being a working parent, the mom guilt is something that we possibly all go through. So I think it's a topic that could possibly, like, I don't care who you are, it's possibly something that you're dealing with. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about what has helped me. And of course, like, this doesn't just have to be, these tips doesn't just have to be for moms. If you're a dad, I mean, of course, like, these tips could help you as well. A lot of times we struggle with the thought that, are we a good parent? Are we doing this job that we need to do for our children? And then also making sure that our goals and dreams are, that we're accomplishing what we put out there to do as well, which I think is super important. We also have to think to ourselves that we're totally worth it, that we're our dreams and everything that we want in life is worth it. And I feel like sometimes as women, a lot of times, like, we're kind of looked at as the housewives, or looked at as moms. We're not ever really like, and this is something new, like, I feel like, back in like the 50s or 60s, like, that's what we were housewives. But that's not what we have to do anymore. Like, I can accomplish as everything I want to do plus more. And so can you. And I think it's super important that we surround ourselves with other moms who have the same goals and dreams that we do. And, it's nice to have friends that, I love hanging out with other women who are also fighting for their dreams, especially other moms, because they know they understand the struggles. And so, as I said, that our goals and dreams are totally worth it. And, the answer is yes, it is. And, it might take 3 to 5 years to truly accomplish what I want to accomplish with my life. But guess what? I'm going to work my butt off for myself, for my fiance, plus my daughter, Aaliyah, that's on her way, that we're super excited for. So when they grow up, they actually have a head start in life, that I think is super important, where they don't have to show up to work just for a paycheck. They can actually do something because they're inspired to do so, because they want to do it. Just like, a lot of us might not truly do what we want to just starting out, because we really truly have to make money. So my goal for my children is that they can truly do what they want to do with their lives, because I've worked very hard, and my fiance Kevin has worked very hard in his business as well. And so now when they're, if they want to become an artist, if they want to become a singer, if they want to become a football player, they have that ability to do so, because why not? Of course they're going to have to work hard, but why not provide them the opportunity to do what they actually desire to do? But I think it's super important, because I feel like a lot of times, like with me starting kind of more from the bottom, really, like, all I really did was looked at what can make me money. I really didn't go after what I wanted to do with my life, if that makes sense. So I think that's super important. And I'm excited as we work hard and we build a successful business, and having the ability just to travel the world with my kids and my fiance. So I think that's super important. And so also, guys, tonight I did want to invite you guys to the Rockstar Virtual Summit. If you guys would like to attend, please let me know. It's actually going to be where you can learn from top 17 producers. They're in companies, network marketing, direct sales, affiliate marketing. So you can actually learn from them of what helped them become successful. And so that way you don't have to have the same struggles that they possibly had. which I think is super important, that we learn from people that have already done it. And so they're going to provide you that roadmap on how to build a successful business. And so you don't have to have the headache that they possibly went through. So that's tonight at Pacific time is 5 p.m. and Eastern time is 8 p.m. If you'd like to check it out, please let me know. So today I'm just actually going to go over some tips on ways to get over mom guilt. And as I said, it's super normal. If you have kids, if you're working from home, or if you have a job, like, it's something that you're possibly going to go through. And so the first tip that I have for you is to involve your kids in your business. And I think for me right now, this is kind of hard for me to do so because I have a 2-year-old and I have a baby on the way. But as my children get older, I plan to have them be involved with my business. If it's us writing our goals, or if it's me telling them, hey, mommy has this goal for today, and as soon as I'm done, we're gonna go get ice cream. And so I think that's very important. And I've actually heard that from other leaders who have older kids. So getting your kids involved in your business, I think is super important. And then also, I think another way that you can get, my next tip is don't do it alone. If you can afford help, get help. I'm super blessed that I have a mom that anytime that I need assistance, I could be like, Mom, can you watch David for a few hours? And she'll be like, of course. But not everybody is as blessed as I am. And not everybody has family. I grew up with this huge, humongous family that all I can have to say is, can someone watch my son for me so I can do a meeting or go somewhere, wherever I need to go. Even when it comes to doctor's appointments, even with my mother-in-law, I have the best mother-in-law, father-in-law, and they'll watch my son in a heartbeat. And it's oh gosh, guys, and soon daughter. So understand you don't have to do this alone. And if you can afford assistance, like when I was younger, I did care.com where a family paid me and I worked for them for like $10 an hour. If that's what you need to do, that's what you need to do. Or you can do daycare. I'm actually looking into some things for my son so he can, start getting into that used to going to school. He's turning 3 in July, which I'm super excited for. So I should have one in preschool and one home once our baby girl comes. And then also, if you have a spouse, make sure that you guys are there for each other. My fiance, Kevin, we're both entrepreneurs. So we're in this journey together. We know how hard it can get and how, this journey. So I think it's super important to talk to your spouse about your dreams and where you're going, your aspirations. And then that way, like, you guys can, dream together. And then also, as I said, you guys, if you're both entrepreneurs, you understand the pain that comes with being an entrepreneur. The next tip I have for you is schedule time with your kids. I think this is super important. So I have a time that I schedule for my meetings. Like I'll have possibly, I usually do my meetings from 10 a.m. from 12:30. And either you're going to schedule that time with me, or you're not going to schedule time with me at all. And I stick to that. So as an entrepreneur, you can do that. You could put your calendar on what you need to do for your children. So that's one thing I do. And then also, when those times are for your kids, like if you're watching a movie, if you're playing outside, put your phones away. And I think that's so hard to do, but it's so important. And really all our kids need is an hour or two of our time. And another thing that I'll do as well, and this has nothing to do with scheduling time with my kids, but we'll go outside. I'll be on my laptop outside and he'll be out playing in the backyard and he loves that. So that's another thing that you guys can do as well. It just makes them feel like they're doing something and they're not just in the house all day. But of course, making sure that you're planning, you're scheduling that time with your kids is super important, and you don't allow anyone to get in the way of that time. And I think it's really important as well. I know we're not talking about it, that you schedule that time with your spouse as well. The next tip I have for you is focus on what you can and not what you can't. And a lot of times, guys, you're going to be pulled in so many directions, especially when you're first starting out. And you may, as I said, if somebody wants to schedule you at a time that you possibly can't, because that's the time you spend with your children, don't allow them to. So just do the things that you can and don't focus on the things you can't. I think that's super important. And say no to the things that don't move you closer to your business or family forward. And I think this is super important because we have to be focused on what's going to pay the bills and focus on what's best for our family. And then the next thing that I'm going to talk to you guys, the next tip I have for you, is to learn to take credit for your accomplishments. I think this is super important. The more you see yourself as a confident businesswoman, successful businesswoman, the more qualities that would rub off of yourself to your children. And I want to be the role model for my kids. And they also say that Harvard says there's a study that showed adult women whose mothers worked or were entrepreneurs were more likely, 23% more likely to pretty much be successful and earn more money than those who had, parents that were stay-at-home moms. So I think that's very important as being a role model. And then my next thing is don't compare yourself with other moms on social media. And this is so easy to do. We look at this mom on Instagram and she looks like she has it all together. And a lot of times, honestly, she does not. A lot of us are on different journeys. So understand that you're on a different journey and just to, you're making you make your own rules. So just to understand that. And don't listen to the naysayers. Like when you're just starting out, I had hundreds of them. I've had like when I first started out, I say, Mom, I love you, but I'm not going to listen to like the negativity that you had. And there's going to be family members that are going to be super negative as well. And don't listen to them. And once they really respect you and they understand that you're serious, they're going to stop. Like I don't get the naysayers that I had when I first started because I don't allow that in my life. But your children are going to see you as that. If you're confident, you don't allow that either. I don't want my child surrounded by anybody that's negative either, which I think is super important. And your kids are going to benefit a whole lot more if you're going after your dreams. Your confidence, your discipline, your commitment. Like being an entrepreneur, there's things that we have to learn, and our kids are going to rub off those same qualities. So I think that's super important. And then also, don't deny yourself the opportunity of fulfilling your career. You're totally worth it. A lot of times we're taught like we're housewives, we're supposed to be moms. Like go after your dreams. Like don't allow anyone to not allow you to hit those goals. I think it's super important. And don't feel guilty. Like you should accomplish your goals. Like you should want your children to be proud of you. I think that's super important. And then also remember your kids learn from example. I want to be the role model for my kids. I don't want someone else to be the role model. Like I want to see my kids I want them to see me as a hard worker. And especially now that I'm about to have a baby girl, like I want her to see like her mom's a hard worker, that, she doesn't just have to be a housewife or a stay-at-home mom. I mean, of course, if that's what she wants, then she can do that. But she has a mom that's worked really hard and she's watched grow into this confident, successful woman. And I think that's very important to show my daughter that she can have whatever she wants in life. And then also, guys, if you would like to check out the Rockstar map tonight, virtual summit tonight, please let me know. You're going to learn by top producers like Ray Higdon, Lisa Torres, all these top awesome people. And they're either if they've done affiliate marketing, network marketing, direct sales. But I would love to invite you guys. And it's going to be about 17 top producers, all through different companies. So let me know if you'd like to attend. The computer still says it's frozen, so hopefully we didn't have any issues. And I didn't just talk to myself for the last 15 minutes. But I hope you guys have an amazing Wednesday. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.